Welcome back to my channel. If you've seen me before, you know I am all things resale, all things reseller, and I run a full-time eBay business. I want to show you today how I pack up my orders on a busy day. I had 10 items going out on eBay, and I have 1 item going out on Mercari. Mercari is new to me. I started using an app called Flip, F-L-Y-P, to do some cross-listing, and I'm very strategic on how I'm cross-listing and only listing certain items. There's not really a rhythm to what items I'm choosing, but I want to make sure mentally I know which items I'm putting in there. All right, side note. So today, main point is I want to show you packing up a variety of items and all the different shipping supplies that I use. So my pointer for today is this Logitech remote. I'm going to go ahead and use a poly mailer. So if you're not familiar, you've got different kinds of bags that you can mail in. You've got your regular poly, which is just like a plastic bag. And then you have padded poly mailers. So these are the ones that have the bubbles built into the mailer. I'm going to go ahead and use a padded one just to give some extra protection. I also used one. I started packing before I hit record. This is just head covers, golf club head covers. So they're not fragile, but this was the biggest bag that I had, and I like to recycle. So this one is just a prime bag from Amazon. Put my head covers in there, seal it up. All right, so this guy, I'm going to use just a little bit of bubble wrap. I get my bubble wrap from a company called American Bubble Boy. This is not sponsored by them. I just really like their product. I like their customer service. I like how fast they ship and the quality of their product. So I always buy my bubbles from them. All right, so we're just gonna tape this boy up. Out of the screen, let me show you a couple of my amazing shipping supplies that I use, as well as, of course, you know, the bubbles. Shipping scale. I've got a link of this stuff down in my store, down in the comments, a link to my store. This is the shipping scale I use. I think I paid $10 or $15 for it. But I like that this part is separate from this part. So when it's a bigger package, it doesn't interfere with the readout. I can also put this one down on the floor, on tile or hardwood, so that if I have a really big box, I can put it on there. So I love my shipping scale. And I also love my tape dispenser. This big one, I don't use this tape for all of my shipping. This is more for the little pieces here and there that I need. eBay tape is not the best quality. It'll peel up. It doesn't hold the boxes very sturdy. This is kind of my accessory tape. If I want to add a little bling to my package that says eBay, I'll use the eBay tape. I'll also use it to seal up bubble wrap. But again, it's not the best quality, so I don't use it all the time. And then the other shipping supply you see a lot of is my Uline tape dispenser. Uline makes the best one. There's some from Scotch makes some. What's this one up here? I'm gonna make a fool of myself. Okay, so I've got a couple. Yeah, I don't know who makes that one or that one. Yeah, Scotch, and I don't know what the blue one is. They suck. They absolutely suck. The best one, by far, is Uline. I keep a couple on hand just in case, but that's my favorite one. All right, so I've got my remote wrapped up. We're going to stick it into a poly mailer and tape it up. So, again, I'm not going to use my eBay tape. I get my eBay tape, if you're asking, from using my eBay store credit. When you subscribe to a store, once your eBay listings in your store gets bigger, you want to upgrade to a store category. You can just be a regular lister and just use the so many listings they give you for free. Totally fine. It's once you get into bigger listings and you have a store of, I think I did the math before, and it's about 200 to 300 items in your store, and then you want to have an actual store. When you do that upgrade, I pay $25 a month, I think. It gives you shipping discounts. It gives you listing discounts. There's other perks for it, but one of the major perks is a discount on shipping supplies. You get a coupon code every quarter for $25, and you can use it towards tape, you can use it towards mailers, you can use it towards boxes. It's a whole eBay shipping store. So personally, I like to use it for the little mailers. So I've got a bunch of padded eBay mailers. I'll use it for the tape that you saw. They've changed the design. I got this kind for when that roll runs out. It says eBay, but it's got like little teddy bear or some whatever random stuff. So we love that. I'll use it for my non-padded mailers. I mean, gosh, eBay makes some really good supplies. All right, so I don't get my boxes mixed up. I want to always weigh the item before I add it to my pile. So we know that remote weighs 0.7 or 7 ounces. So 7 ounces, and then I want to write what it is. Remote. So when I go to put my label over it, I know what it is. These head covers, 13 ounces. HC head covers. All right, let's go ahead and a couple more super small items here. I am going to show you a cardboard trick. All right. I always keep extra cardboard on hand. So these are actually lids to banker boxes that I don't use. I'm going to cut out a little piece that's going to wrap around my item. So when I put it into a mailer, it has that cardboard support. I don't want to waste a box and the weight of a box, but this little piece of cardboard doesn't weigh much at all. So I'm just going to wrap it up. In the cardboard. Just like so. And then tape it up. So again, I'll use my cheap tape, because this does not need to be fancy tape. I just want to hold it inside of its cardboard. That's going to protect my CDs. It's not going to fit in that one. So as I mentioned, I always recycle my packing goods. So I have my whole family saving me all of their packing materials whenever they're shopping. Christmas time is spent at home. Everyone was getting boxes from all over the country at Christmas time. Target, Sears, not Sears. Sears is old. Target, Amazon. Yeah, so everybody was getting all kinds of packing, and I had them save me all of their packing materials. One thing you don't usually see on camera is my box pile. It's not pretty. We tried to go the pretty route, break them all down, but then it's a pain in the butt when you're looking for the right size box. So, sneak peek behind the camera. Say hello to my box pile. I've got packing materials. I've got all my boxes. I've got some pool noodles over there. So, yeah, here's my dirty little secret. That's my box pile. All right, so that's how I make sure that I always have boxes of all different sizes. And I need it. I need different sizes because I have different size items. All right, so we packed up the workout DVDs. Give it a weight, 14. I'm going to do that same trick with the video game. I'm going to cut off a piece. I like this cardboard because it folds. It's already like pre-creased. So we'll wrap up our game, tape it up. So yes, this adds extra weight, but it doesn't weigh much more than bubble wrap. And the cardboard is going to protect it a lot more than the bubbles will. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and use this little one. Oh, yeah. So again, for this one, I'm using good quality tape. It makes a difference because if your item ends up getting open or torn in shipping and they have no way to know who it belonged to because it ends up in a random pile, you lose it. You lose the money. If your item was shipped priority mail, there's insurance. If it was shipped first class or media mail, it'll not be insured. Side note, media mail. These workout DVDs, they can go media mail. It's a DVD, it's a movie, it's a CD. Those go media. Books, media. Video games, not media. So this will have to go first class. This can go media mail. Media mail rate is going to be a lot cheaper. It's the cheapest one of all the mail because they want you to mail media. I don't know. I don't know why it's cheaper, but it just is. But I've seen people ship video games media mail. It's like, oh, it's a disc, but it's not. I mean, yes, it's a disc, but it's not media mail. What is this game? Okay. Let's get to an item with some heft. All right. So I got my good size box already picked out. I am going to ship this pot. Yep, it's going to fit perfectly. So for this pot, I will use bubbles. We'll start by protecting the pot itself. And then I'm going to take some packing paper. Take some packing paper and I'll go around the handle. It's going to protect it pretty well. So I've got the bubbles, I've got the packing paper. Then I think I want to put some extra packing on the bottom. Just to help protect the top, this part. So my pot is in there. Now I need to wrap up the lid. I'm going to do the same thing. I use bubbles. Give it a little wrap. And this will tuck right in here. And then you're going to notice there's a lot of air. So this stuff is moving around quite a bit. I'm going to use packing paper and really give it some good padding. All right. So it is in there. It is in there snug. And we'll pack it up. So this guy weighs 2.8. The labels we need to cover. Let's get some more boxes. All right, so I need a box for this little pan.
Are you trying to shop for boxes?
No.
All right.
Does yours do that? I'm not even talking to her. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna get boxes without your help. And this one should be good for the pan here. Perfect. So again, it pays to have those extra boxes. Okay, I'm gonna grab some packing material. Okay, so as well as reusing boxes, I love to reuse packing material. So we're gonna put some little air pocket stuff. We got some bubbles. Just kind of go around. Yep. Alright. I'll probably stick some more packing paper on top just to kind of give it a good look. Make sure nothing moves around. Let's tape it. We are 2.4. Okay, what do we want to pack next? Let's go back to an easy one. It's mouse. I'm going to separate the cord. Little packing tip: if you can take the cord off of an item like a VCR, a mouse, whatever it is, always do, because there's less of a chance of it bending and breaking and shipping. Alright. This particular mouse is an $80 mouse, so I am going to pack him really well. I might even splurge for a box, because he's an $80 mouse. Okay. Another box size that I keep on hand are these little guys, 8 by 6 by 4. But I'm gonna see if I have anything in the recycle pile. All right, I do. So I'm gonna use my recycled stuff before I use the stuff that I paid for. Sometimes I use packing paper just for aesthetics as well as function. I get my packing paper. This particular round is from U-Haul. There was a pack at Goodwill for like $5. This stuff's expensive. So I got a round of packing paper at Goodwill, but I had also purchased this jumbo pack from Walmart. So Walmart carries this big pack. Before inflation, it was like $8. Now we're closer to $10 or $11 for the big pack. But there's 220 sheets in here, so it lasts a while. Okay, so put the paper down, stick the mouse, cable, fold it all up. It's a beautiful package. Tape it. One more. The mouse is 12 ounces. Let's move on to the V-Smile. Let's see if we can get it to fit in here. Oh yeah, that should work. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap her up. As I wrestle it. Now, I'm gonna take his cord. Ooh. That's See if I can do some Jenga in here. Put it over. Okay, that fits better. So I'm going to wrap it up a little bit, but we've got the two controllers on top of the console. A little extra padding over there. Padding. Snug as a bug. One big thing with shipping, you just want to make sure it doesn't actually move around in the package. £4. Let's see if I can get the Alice in Wonderland to fit in here. So he's already packaged really well inside the foam and everything. It's brand new in its package. So perfect. Sits right in there. I'm going to take some paper and just keep it from shifting to the sides. So, tape her up. Some of these corners are a little worn. .8. Next up is the speaker. Speakers shouldn't intimidate you, but you want to make sure that there's enough room to really protect the front. This particular speaker doesn't work, so he sold for parts. But I want to make sure still that it doesn't get any extra damage, and it makes it through shipping. So this box is too small. Yeah, so I found a pretty good looking box. So I already got some packing material in here. So I've got this big air pillow. I'm gonna go ahead and stick that at the bottom. And then I've got giant bubbles. This is good stuff. So we're gonna wrap it really good. I don't need all of that. I spend half my time looking for my stuff. Scissors. Okay. I want to tape up these corners almost like a present, because that's going to act as extra padding. A little bulky. Yeah. So I feel really good about this. He's really protected. I'm going to put him in here on top of the extra bubbles. No, I'm not. Done thing. So as he fits, he's got a good amount of space around it. That's where I'm going to stuff it with more stuff. Alright, he's in there, snug as a bug. Close it up. Okay. Shoot. Alright, I still have one more camera to back. Alright, move this. First, we gotta weigh it. $11.4. I don't like that. Okay, next up is the big camera. So, the bag will add a lot of protection to this camera, but he's just in here kind of willy-nilly rolling around. So, I want to make sure to wrap him up by himself. Let's give her a good wrap. I don't know why I call my items hers. Alright, so wrapped up, and there's still a lot of space. So I'm going to go ahead and give it some extra protection in here. Just to make sure he doesn't move around. Okay. Now, I feel confident just finding any box that's going to fit this bag. So yes, a lot of my time is finding boxes to fit my items. So, alright, I feel pretty good about that. I'm going to go ahead and take out this front stuff and stick it on the side. Fluff at the top. Okay. Alright, remember I'm packed pretty well in that bag. But okay. So one thing I want to do is right on here, open with care, because this first slit, if they take a knife directly down it, they're going to cut the camera bag. So I want to make sure to right on here, open with care. No knife. Open with care, no knife. Who knows if they'll listen, but I warned them. 7:13. No, 7:11. All right. That was 11 items packed up. I'm going to take it over to my shipping station, put in all the dimensions, and print out my labels. All right, so now it's time to print out my labels and put in all the dimensions and the weights to make sure that I don't take a loss on my shipping. So I always have calculated shipping when I put my items in, but I'm human. So there's times I'll put in that the item weighs 5, and then by the time I add the packing materials and everything, I underestimate it and it ends up weighing 7. I always have priority mail as the number one shipping choice. And unless it's a very large item, then I'll put in that FedEx or UPS ground is an option. That way, when the buyer sees the shipping rates, they're not going to pay $150 to go priority mail when they live on the other end of the country. So generally, FedEx I use for items over 4 pounds. Anything less than that, from the 1 to 4 pounds, I usually use postal priority mail. Less than a pound is going to be first class USPS. Postal first class, less than a pound. Sorry, this is a quick breakdown. Less than a pound is first class and it has no insurance. Once you get to priority mail, you get $100 of insurance. Then if you go over to FedEx and UPS, I believe they give you $100 as well. I like to print my labels one at a time. Some people will use their Rollo printers and blast out 15 labels, pop them on. I know I would mess that up. I want to go one at a time. I want to see each item. I want to see how much I'm paying for shipping. If there's a cheaper shipping option, sometimes if I said I was going to go priority, but I can get it cheaper going FedEx today, I'll do that. I don't usually like to lower the shipping speed. If they paid for priority, I don't like to give them first class. But there are times that I will. Again, if the priority mail is a ridiculous price and it's less than a pound, I'm going to go with the first class. Or FedEx or another service. All right, so let's go ahead and get labels on everything and get it off to the post office. All right, so we've got all our labels printed. Everything is on its package and ready to go. There's a couple items that did go by FedEx today that were like $10 or more cheaper than going priority mail. The biggest thing to focus on is that they're going to get it in the same amount of time. So if it says that it's going to be there by Thursday using priority, I want to make sure it's going to be there by Thursday using FedEx. And that's just a customer service thing. Yes, there's a couple times that I've done a first class on a priority item to save the extra money, or do FedEx ground on a priority item. But generally, I like to keep it where they get the item in the time they expect it. And hopefully, you saw something that could help your business and your shipping when you're doing your eBay business. I do keep a spreadsheet, and that's what took some of the time when I was typing that in there. I keep a tab of all of my open inventory and then tabs for each month of all the items that sold. So as I'm putting it in, I'm putting in what I paid for shipping, what the buyer paid for shipping, minus any eBay fees. I calculate 12% for the eBay fees, plus 30 cents. That's the general eBay fees. Different categories have different fees, but that's the most common one. Just so I can have a rough ballpark when I'm doing my own personal spreadsheets. And that's how I run my business. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.